Steps up, sideline pass is complete. This is Davante Adams, and Adams across the 40 to about the 41-yard line.
180, hut.
Fake to Jacobs. Carr stepping up, looking, throwing, incomplete near sideline. This is Adams. Adams across midfield and into Houston territory, enough for a first down. In Houston territory. Play fake again to Jacobs. Carr over the middle. That's complete to Davante Adams. Adams with the diving catch just inside the Houston 35 and another first down. Carr to throw on 3rd and 10. Out to the outside. This is Amir Abdullah, and Abdullah wrestled down very well by cornerback Steven Nelson. This one's 50 exactly. On its way, straight as an arrow. And just like that, the Raiders take a 3-0 lead. We told you earlier, Dameon Pierce, a young man to watch. Fake it to him, and the pass is complete on the short slant to Nico Collins.
Won't take long. He can get 3 or 4 in one game. He has shown that in his career.
On 3rd down, lobbing the pass. It is complete. On the sideline, the catch is made by Jordan Akins, the first down. At the 35-yard line. Pierce again. And Pierce shaking, tackles, busts inside the 30, close to the 25-yard line.
I would expect him to be all over the football field trying to tackle Dameon Pierce.
Here's a 3rd and 9. Mills, quick pass to the near side. Catch is made by Brandon Cooks. This is a 39-yard field goal by Kaimi Fairbairn. And that kick is on its way, and it is going to stay wide right.
With a variety of different routes, it is tough to cover him.
Carr running out of time, and he's going down. Rasheem Green, number 92, in the backfield with Hairston, the fullback, in front of him. Mills throwing. This is Pierce. Pierce, nice move. Out to the 45 and out of bounds short of the 50-yard line.
He cannot just line up in one spot in this offense.
They're going to give it to Pierce, and Pierce is going to run for the first down and get the Rex Burkhead in the backfield with Mills. Mills on the slant, got his man inside the 30. That is Brandon Cooks, and that's enough for a first down to the 26-yard line. Now a first down from the Raider 26-yard line. He's going to throw it again. Now pulls it down, shovels it forward to Dameon Pierce. And Pierce inside the 20 to about the 19, where he is brought down by Denzel Perryman and Blake Martinez. Here's a 3rd and 9. Mills under pressure, got rid of it. The pass is complete to the 5. Touchdown, Chris Moore. What a job standing in by Davis Mills and delivering the ball. 5-yard pickup makes it 2nd and 5 at the 14-yard line. Jacobs again, breaks it to the outside, across the 20, out to about the 23 or so, and enough for a first.
I would keep feeding Jacobs. I would let him, get a pretty good lather here in this first half and try to wear down the Texans defense.
Carr on the move, throwing on the run, and that is caught. That's Hunter Renfrow.
It really makes you play fast and lets you be free.
3rd and 6. Carr throwing outside and incomplete. Have not turned the ball over. No sacks allowed thus far. And they'll start it off with Pierce. And Pierce with a move and straight ahead. Out to the 30-yard line and a first down. He's got a 2nd and 7 now, and once again it's Dameon Pierce. And Pierce picking his way, breaks to the outside, and he's got room to roam.
Somebody up front has to make a play here for the Raiders on defense.
Texans have converted their last 4 third downs. That pass is off the fingertips of Brandon Cooks. Fairbairn missed from 39 yards earlier. He's hit from 51 this year. This is a 50-yarder, and this one looks much better, and it's good. And better than this. From the 18-yard line. Turner trying to turn the corner. He does. Shakes one tackler across the 30, across the 35 to about the 37-yard line.
Have been vulnerable in the run game, has been with their cornerbacks trying to tackle.
On 3rd and 1, Jacobs has the first down and then some. as he is down to the 40-yard line.
For the Texans.
Well, here's a 3rd and 5.
180.
The pitch for Jacobs. Jacobs has blocking. And he's going to come up short.
180.
Carr rolling, throws. Jacob with the catch, diving inside the 30-yard line. Welcome back on the snap of the ball on 2nd and 7. Carr with time, going for the end zone. It is caught by Mac Hollins for the touchdown.
Let's go after the quarterback. That's Crosby and Jones.
3rd and 3. Mills got rid of it, hits his man down the sideline. Jordan Akins, and Akins, huge gain before he's finally tripped up and brought down.
The Texans on 3rd and short, they have a big play down the field, and now they're inside your 40-yard line.
On 1st down, Mills spins out of trouble, throws on the run, and hits his man. That catch is made by Philip Dorsett. These are the kind of plays where people like Crosby and Chandler Jones can ruin your day. That pass is over the middle, and it's incomplete, intended for Brevin Jordan.
And they got lucky.
Fairbairn from 35 yards out for the lead. On its way, and it is good.
180.
Jacobs plays off his block, gets some yardage, 1st down. Out to about the 35-yard line.
180.
From midfield, Jacobs back to work again, finds running room left side, and look at him, 1st down yardage and out of bounds. Run out by the rookie Derek Stingley. On 1st down, straight drop this time by Carr, and now on the move and throws this side, and that is complete to Foster Morrow, and Morrow picking up yardage before he's brought down. From the 21, Carr slips through a couple defenders, completes right over the middle. Inside the 5-yard line goes Morrow. 1st and goal from the 4. Jacobs, left side, looking for the end zone, reaching. Did he get there? Touchdown. Play fake. Mills time, throws over the middle, and got his man coming across the field. That's Brandon Cooks, and that's a 1st down. On 1st down, they'll go back to the ground game, and once again, it's Damian Pearson. Look at Pierce.
To get after the passer, but this is their down.
Mills looking, throwing, touchdown to Philip Dorsett. Carr over the middle, complete to Adams. Adams escapes one tackler and is wrapped up as he crosses the 40-yard line to about the 42. Jonathan Owens coming up from the safety spot.
There, seeing how tough it is to tackle Adams in the open field.
Another little play fake, and that pass is complete over the middle, and once again, Devontae Adams on the receiving end.
But since the first couple drive, they haven't even been able to get close to Carr.
The pitch for Jacobs. Jacobs turning the corner, 30, 25, and out of bounds. When that's 1st down. And he's looking to throw it. No, he's going to throw it back this way to Carr, and Carr throws it complete. This is Matt Hollins, and Hollins inside the 10-yard line.
180.
Jacob right up the middle to the end zone for the touchdown. 1. Pierce. See where he's brought to a halt.
180.
And Jacobs dips to the outside, cuts it back, spins, and gets yardage out across the 30 to about the 32. Make it the 31. It's his 3rd straight game of 100 yards rushing.
Oh.
There's a pass, and wide open, he's got Hunter Renfrow.
Carr has been pretty much perfect here in the 2nd half.
The pitch for Jacobs. Jacobs, running room on the right side and out of bounds.
I would take a shot right now and try and attack the secondary.
This is a big stop opportunity here. That pass is complete to Devontae Adams. Adams getting rid of tacklers and is out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Really good play by Adams.
Here's a 4th and 1. Jacobs in the backfield. And they had a jump on the defensive side of the ball. Penalty markers fly. Jacobs up the middle to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown Raiders.
And then your biggest downfield target, Nico Collins, he's on the sideline because he's hurt. You know, the Texans are built. See, everybody is here lined up to the left, trying to isolate Chandler Jones at the top of the screen one-on-one.
That pass is complete, and looking for the first down and appearing to get it is Jordan Akins. Felipe, thank you. 3rd and 2. Give it to Burkhead, and Burkhead gets the first down to the 40-yard line, brought down by Crosby.
You know, just picking up 5 or 6 yards, you know, per play here. They've got to be able to get it down the field.
Mills throwing, intercepted. Picked off in the middle of the field by Duron Harmon. Harmon up the sideline. Harmon is going to take it all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. He'll give it to Ogunbowale, and he'll get the first down and a little bit more across the 35 to about the 37-yard line this season.
Yeah, it sure is. And I don't know what happened, but after that third quarter, lean on their run game, hit a couple of passes, but until they fix that run defense, it's going to be a long season.
Ogunbowale with running room. Look at that move, and then out of bounds. 4th and 6. Mills under pressure, throws incomplete in the face.
And you know, right now the Chargers, you know, they're losing to Seattle. They're a football team that just can't seem to, you know, as good as they are, and with Justin Herbert, they just can't seem to string a bunch of games together. I think it's going to be interesting to see, but you know, it's a big step for the Raiders, and I think anything can happen in the wild card race this season.